Hello and welcome to another instructional video for setting up the NEO Geo core on the MiSTer platform. So hopefully you've already looked at my video earlier about how to set up update all. That's the first video in this series that I did. If you've done that, then that'll be very easy for doing this portion because you need that. So that same it's going to be the same for all my videos as far as how to set up the individual cores. Make sure that you do update all first so that you have all the correct folder set up and the BIOSes downloaded. So I'm going to put this link for the GitHub main README page for this core in there. Now this is the important thing. Let's see, this doesn't support encrypted ROMs. That's okay. For ease of use, it is strongly suggested that people use the DarkSoft ROM pack. So what you need to do is you need to go find that. This course supports zipped, so you can have them zipped, which is nice. So you're gonna have to go search that on your own, on the internet and find it. As of the time of this recording, the latest one I found was from 2023, but the this is 2025. There may be an updated set, when you go look or not, who knows? Just trying to look and find the newest thing you can. But DarkSoft ROM pack, just do a search DarkSoft ROM pack for, MiSTer or something like that, and you should be able to find it hopefully. Something, so because that's the trick is to get it compatible. Now there's some tools if you have like main versions and you want to convert it as well, but it's tricky. But there's an alternate NEO conversion tool for the DarkSoft ROM set to give you a fully decrypted set. Not recommended. So yeah, there's that sort of stuff. But anyway, if you find this, it should work. I'll show you. I'll show you how to do it and how to copy them over. Now, if you take this set, as of the one that I found, it took about half an hour for me to transfer it over to the MiSTer. So there's that, and I will come back. No, I will come back in a moment, but first I'm going to show you how to copy things over to the MiSTer, and I'll show you what we have there. So to that end, I am going to use WinSCP. I do have another video on it that shows in detail how to do that. So we're gonna just log in. Again, the username is root and the password is just the number 1. I said that in one of my other videos where I explained how to specifically do the copying, but I'll say it again here. Username is root, password is the number 1. That's the default one. Obviously, if you've changed that, you know what it is. You should know what it is. Otherwise, you've got problems, but that's what it is. You probably change it from somewhere in the settings. I've not had to do that because I never bothered. Okay, so it's connecting up. Here's the thing. Here's this. We don't want that. I was in the Commodore one from before, but that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. So here's our Neo Geo. I actually am going to do copy some Neo Geo-CD stuff over to show that, but I will show you there are 2 folders, but it's the same one that uses it. So your regular Neo Geo stuff goes in here, and this is the pack, and you will see it like so. And when you unpack it, it should just be a folder that says games. And so you want to open that folder that says games, go in there and just copy all the files. You don't need like the little text file or whatever in there, but just all the folders. Just take all the folders and drop them right here and copy them. And for me, it took about half an hour to do that. So I did it and I walked off and came back like 45 minutes later and it was completely done. These were already in there. And these things are important because you need these files, otherwise it's not going to work. So you need these. That's why you can try and go find them according to the instructions here, or you can use the update all. That's why I say use the update all. And that's it. These should work great. We'll see that in a moment. So right now, I'm going to transfer over Neo Geo-CDs. This was already here from the thing. So we're going to go here and copy these files over to here like that. That's how I'm going to do it. You put it in a separate folder. Might be able to zip them up. I think you have to zip them up individually. I can't remember. I'll show you in those folders what those other ones are done. It looks like this is going to take just a couple minutes. So in the meantime, I guess we'll talk about something else. I didn't know it was going to take that long. So maybe I'll just pause for a moment here while it does that. And we're just about done. Be just a few seconds on this. And I'm going to show you in this folder here. I'll move this a little bit. I'm going to show you, well, you'll see these come down here, and then I'll show you the other folder. See, I'll show you how they're zipped up and whatnot, and they're arranged. So just a couple seconds here, and it's done. And these are in here. They're CHD files. So these are the 3 games I have. I'm not a Neo Geo expert, so I don't know which Neo Geo-CD games are different from the the regular ones or whatever version. I remember, it was an arcade game. That's why there's MAME versions. It's set up as it was an arcade system, so that's why there's MAME stuff for it. And then there was the home version of it, so that was slightly different. But those games were pretty much the same. There was just like some sort of switch in there that you can convert it, and it's like the home version and all that. So, but I'm not the expert on that. So here they are, and if you look in here, actually they aren't zipped up. So there you go. But we could zip these up individually, just as what you want is, instead of a file, what did it say here? Each game's ROM files must be in their own folder, and folders containing the ROM sets must be named to match. ROMs can be placed inside subfolders. Zipped ROMs must not contain folders. You can't just zip up the folder, but the ROMs can be zipped or unzipped. So you could go in and you could zip up each of these, I think, individually is what you could do. But since that's like you got to go in and you got to zip up all these, and then you got to go up and zip those and that. It was a little bit much for me to do it. But if you have a space constraint or something like that, that might be one good way to save space. But you have to go through each one that you want, or just not put all these on. That's another way. But fortunately, or hopefully, you have a large enough SD card to put those on. It's not a problem. And then there were some other folders in here I know, so I want to take a look at that. Let's see. Yeah, these homebrew folders that don't have anything in them. See, it just shows us as folders, so you could put homebrew games in there. I guess is what that's for. Not exactly sure how it works. Okay, so we've got those copied over onto the MiSTer. The MiSTer's on. I've done it over the network, which I explained in the earlier video about how to do the file copies. So let's get over to that. Okay, now we've switched over to the MiSTer. This is what it looks like on the MiSTer itself, and we go down the console, just like like usual, which hopefully you're familiar with a little bit. And we go down to Neo Geo. And there's no separate Neo Geo and Neo Geo-CD. They've been combined into one thing, but you just have to pick them differently, and then it determines, it knows where to find the stuff. So go to Neo Geo, press that button to start it up, and we got our thing, and we can load a ROM set. There's our homebrew and the directories and stuff. I'm not sure what the menu's for. That could be for other systems, because maybe for Analog Pocket or something like that. So we just pick something here. I'm not super familiar. I've played a couple of these back in the day. Let's just do Baseball Stars 2, I guess. Just hit the button and it loads right up. If you've got everything set up correctly, it's great. It's really easy. The trick is you do have to have the correct format of the ROMs. And that's it. Yeah. I think I'll turn the sound up. Yeah, no, I think I'll leave it like that. It should be fine. I thought maybe it may be a little quiet, but it's better than that you understand what I'm saying than hearing the game clearly, because you can do that on your own. So that loads up. I'll just push start, see if I can get into a game. I don't know, 15 games. As I'm pushing buttons and such, so that it is responding to my button presses. See? Yes, I will eat. Well, why did I even swing at that? That was probably not a good one, huh? Ugh! I'm really bad. That's why I don't play these games. Usually. Ugh. Really bad at the arcade baseball games. Aha! There. I think that one was in the zone. Hard to tell sometimes. 1, 2, 3, you're out. 1, 2, 3, you're out. I did get a ball though. Everybody's left-handed. That's cool. There we go. I'll be out at first, but still. At least I hit it. Do you want to format? Yeah, I'll format it. It's automatically set up to have the memory card in there. This was a really interesting system. You could actually take a memory card to the arcades and save your game on the memory card, and then come back and you can load it up at certain save points and whatnot. Just throw that right down the middle, I guess. I don't even think I hit a button. Haha. We'll go 1 inning, you know, just to... Now that's gonna be a base hit. No! Oh, I get to do this. Haha, I almost forgot. Alright. Screwball. Haha, I gotcha! I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm terrible with these. How is that in the dirt? I don't know. If I do this, does it go in the dirt? Kinda. What? Safe? That did not look safe to me, but... I totally got that before. Oh! Ah! Maybe I won't go 2 innings because I can't get that third out. Hacker. There we go. Ah! Come on! I'm terrible. This is fun, isn't it? All right. I just want to get the third out. Okay. Finally. Okay, that's enough. I'm really bad at it. There's other games, you know, Blazing Star. I'll just show you that, you know, you can load other things. They should all pretty much just load. Hit the button. Start. I don't care about how to play. Normal. Get ready. There you go. See, I'm in there, I'm controlling it. I mean, you can't, like, verify that I'm pressing the buttons and stuff, but I am. Let me add that later. Why is there Alright, well, that's that. So, you know, it works. Alright, so let's do a CD one. I have one of these 3. We can do Last Resort. I have Last Resort on the other version, too. So we'll look at both the art. I think it is slightly different. But you can see that has the NEO Geo boot up, and it automatically loads. It automatically goes into that CD directory that I put the files in when you load the CD. When you do that CD load line, it looks in the right place for them. It does take a while to load, though. I don't know. There may be a fast load that I could turn on or something, but I don't think so. I mean, you could look that up, I guess. This is just, it's very basic, you know, just showing you how to do the stuff. The big trick is the, you know, that set for the properly formatted files. And then these are just CHD files for the NEO Geo-CD. Now that's more like what I expect. Last Resort. This game's like really, really hard, but it looks cool. Push A button to start. Yeah, I know I'm kind of just skipping through stuff. But see, that works. See, it works. We got sound and everything. hard. Okay. Oh, coming after me. I don't know how to use that ball thing. Probably some other direction control or something, right? Or maybe it is just like that. I forget. So that's that. So I'll show you the ROM set for that. Was that last resort? L, go down to L, A, L, lots of metal slugs, fighters. I did see it here. Last resort. See? Last resort. And you'll see that it doesn't load the CD stuff. You know, this is more like the arcade version. I think some of these have different like soundtracks. But this is very much similar. It didn't take so long to load though. Yeah. And here's the game. But I think the audio is different. I mean, I'm talking over it, but you could tell me if it's different. You know, you don't have to. I seem to remember that in my test, but I could be wrong. It could be a different game I was thinking of. S. S's are good for S. Oh. Looks like that thing like goes and sort of hunts down things. It's kind of weird how it does this backwards, the way you move. It's nice. It's nice to have that though. Look, I can destroy these cars on the road. Yeah, I ran into it. Okay, I think I've pretty much shown everything that you need to know on how to do that, and I'll just kind of let this die out while I just give you the exiting. I mean, that should be it to do it. If you have any questions, post them in the comments below. Hopefully this was helpful for you, and you know, if you enjoyed this and you want more setup guides, you might want to subscribe. Sometimes I do put gameplay videos and things like that up here. I've done that before. I think I have everything put up. Just remember, update all before you do this. And that should be it. All right, take care.